gentlemen, for the 1043rd time, it is the Mason and Friends Show, featuring Lisa, as well as that dude called Big Mike.
Yeah.
As well as that dude called Lisa's Boo. Me, I am El Mahoney.
That was a good one.
Welcome to the Mason and Friends Show.
What's happening, y'all? What's good out there today?
Man, living a dream, Mike. Back at it with y'all.
Hope everybody had their safe 4th and got to do things that they want to do.
Hopefully you still got all your fingers and toes.
Yeah, didn't do. What was that dude that blew his fingers off?
Jason Pierre-Paul.
That's it, yeah.
Don't JPP yourself.
Dumbass. I see motherfuckers, man, holding fucking... This one dude had a girl hold the mortar in her hand like this. You know, he's like, hold on tight. That motherfucker blew out and hit her in the chest and she's screaming like... you can't... Yeah. There's still people that fucking stupid out here.
Yeah.
Dude, natural selection's gonna get some people some way or another.
That's what I look like.
I think I'm taking the boy to the vigil tonight. Because one of his boys felt like it was cool to shoot fireworks off from inside the truck and then jump out the truck, and his landing didn't do too well.
Why is the truck
the motherfucker had driving. So the motherfucker had to get brain surgery and shit last night, or some kind of head surgery and shit, because he jumped out the moving truck. I guess laying on his fucking head wrong, cracked his fucking head open.
This is your youngest?
Yeah.
His friend?
Yeah,
there's a vigil tonight at 9.
We got a vigil at 9 tonight. I'm like, well, let me know if you want to go, bro. Like,
that's scary, man.
Like, you know, I mean,
yeah,
that shit looks cool, you know what I mean, but it's cool until it ain't. Like, it's fucking dumb.
So he videoed it too.
Yeah, I mean, he wasn't shooting rubber cannons either. This motherfucker was shooting fucking fireworks, either beside that motherfucker or hanging out of it. I don't fucking know, but fucking
out the window.
Fuck.
It's a child.
Teenager.
Yeah, so somebody bought him those fireworks. That person's in hot water.
Somebody had to buy him that fireworks.
Hot water right now.
Yeah.
Real hot water.
That's child endangerment.
It may have been one of his parents, but I don't know what they would press charge. I mean, unless the DA sets up, it's like...
The state does that.
Yeah, I don't know if the DA would do all that, but they might. There's multiple videos of what this kid did out there on Instagram
this administration 100% would do that.
Because then you got she's fucking stupid shit. Like, goddamn.
Just be, you know, y'all gotta watch out for yourselves, man. Like, don't be doing dumb shit.
I feared for y'all's life at one point. We all did. Everybody was like,
last night was very dangerous. Last night was very dangerous. I lost a little bit of hearing last night.
A whole firework.
Yeah, that shit, because that went off by your head.
Horizontal
that one was
instead of vertical.
I saw some that were right, barely off the ground.
Like,
the one
you see their shadows running. They look like they running from it.
The one did hit the ground. Like,
one fucking put
it literally said, boop, it came out the tube and just dropped. I'm like, fuck, we gotta run.
Get down. I was down in the midst.
I was like, run.
Kneeled down doing shit already, and I'm like, well, I can't do this. By the time I looked up, it was...
Yeah, it already blew up.
That shit was coming right back at me, bro. My ear was ringing like a motherfucker.
Why wouldn't you guys have hearing protection while you're out there?
I thought about that going home. I'm like, you know, we're going to put that on the list.
Yeah, for next year.
We're going to go ahead and put that on the list for next year. I mention it to myself every time. Usually my last day at work, I open up a game box. I was like, yeah, we'll get a couple of them motherfucking earplug things up out there. And then I'll zooming.
Shit, I got a box of those at home.
I got good ones, you know, because I shoot guns, you know what I mean? I have them. It's just the concept of, hey, why don't you bring these motherfuckers, bruh?
You shoot off mortars, but you don't put in earplugs. You go to shoot a gun, you put in earplugs.
Yeah, because
Well, I didn't realize that the Jew had actually handmade that launcher thing.
Oh, yeah.
I thought that was some store-bought shit.
Fuck no.
When he told me, I was like, where did y'all get that? He's like, I made that. I'm like, that is $1 million idea. Do you know how many dumb fucking...
No, it's not. Because we catch it when that motherfucker falls out and blows up.
But there are so many dudes that are doing, like, they're, like, lighting things off and just... I mean, I don't know. The way it's set up is perfect.
Here's what I think happened, because me and Jason caught it when we were looking at it, and we didn't say nothing earlier, was where you cut it at. You know, where the pipe had the shavings, you know what I mean? It wasn't smooth. So it would catch that extra metal.
We put the motherfucking thing upside down.
Upside down. See, that's what I was wondering.
Or we put the rack in.
Okay. Note to self, it was upside down, so if we put it the right side up, it wouldn't have probably fell out like that. Alright, we know for
And
next
also,
year.
I don't think the tubes I made is identically the same diameter as the actual
they
mortar
might be,
tube.
because I think you
So
got
that's gonna mess with the
because they gotta hold them
the
tight.
draft and the shot
Yeah,
of the
'cause they gotta
distance.
hold
You know what I'm
them tight
saying?
because the motherfucking mortar tubes, they were tight. The one thing, like I said, we talked about the 7-inchers didn't do as good as the 4 and 5.
No, that's too much dynamite to not be no better than that. They're just loud.
Yeah, they just loud.
They look the same, but they just loud as fuck.
That's all
They
it
there
was
for
with them.
noise. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you want those big pops out way high up in the sky.
Yeah, them 4 and
You want
5s
that
got
all
up
day
there.
long. But like that was not everything that was getting thrown up by either of y'all. There was multiple people putting stuff up, and there was one really far away that was doing just a bunch of big shit.
Yeah.
But I could barely see it because I went out and stood in the driveway while everybody else was down in the thing, and I was, getting my thing on, like nice and out of the way, family friendly style.
Oh,
Out in the middle
man.
of nowhere, waiting for, close to the cars driving by. But it was also pretty cool. We saw Air Force One and a bunch of fighter pilots.
I don't think that was Air Force One. I think that was the one from
That was
Qatar.
That was the flyover because I
That's
seen
the
some shit in
aircraft
DC and they were
military.
actually hauling ass
that was
in
the
DC.
actual flyover from DC.
Yeah.
But I don't think it was
They
Air
were
Force
looping
One.
from what they were
I think
doing
it
on
was
DC.
fucking the one that he
The
got from
Qatari
the
airline.
Qatar airline.
Oh,
Yeah,
They
Yeah.
did just refurbish that, so that
yeah,
might
because
be
I'm
it.
like, man, that
Yeah, that
one
one
did
Air
not look
Force
like
line
Air
in
Force
front,
One.
nah.
The color on it wasn't right. I was like, man, that ain't that, but it is that. You know what I mean?
I love that picture that I got of you looking so childlike, just smiling up at the clouds as the planes were going over. Did you
Oh,
see that
because we was
picture I
talking
posted?
shit. Yeah.
I posted it on Facebook, so you may not have seen it. 'Cause you went on
You
there.
sent it to me.
Oh, I did.
So
Yeah.
I was smiling because we was laughing about shit. 'Cause
Yeah.
I was like, fuck the planes. I could give a shit less, but they cool.
You just
looking.
look like a little boy, like happy, looking up at the sky. Like, I don't know, I like that picture. I love it.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, it was cute.
Childlike Michael.
It did. He looked like a little
Little
cutie pie.
baby Michael.
Yeah,
Watch
Yeah.
I look the same as I
Like
did
you
when I
could
was a
see
kid.
some
as I do
innocence
now.
did exist in that Big Black Beast one day. One time.
There was a time. There was
The
a
twinkle
time.
in the eye.
I taught your niece about half-mast flags and what that means.
And then she ran around telling everybody the flag's at half-mast today because her grandpa died.
Mike. So what happened was, I'm standing there and she's standing next to me, and she's like, "Hey, look at this!" And the flag's going up and down on the pole. The pole was maybe maybe a foot long, and the
Yeah.
flag's like a 6-inch flag, I guess. And she's moving it up and down, and she goes, "Here, look, I'm gonna wave mine like this." I said, "You shouldn't do that, except." That's half mast. That's when somebody dies. That's when you run your flag at half mast.
Yeah.
And she goes, "Well, my grandpa died." And I said, "Well, I'm sorry to hear that."
Yeah, we all were.
And she goes, "Oh, that's okay. I didn't know him."
Yeah, she's talking about my dad.
And I was like,
She walked up to every
Okay.
group of people and was like, "The flag is at half-mast today," and then waited until everybody asked why, and she said, "My grandpa died." I was sitting there thinking, "Who died in Mike's family?" Oh my God, she was cracking me up, and then she just turned around and walked away.
That
That's
little
what these.
stab was really amusing.
So funny.
That's a really amusing girl.
Yeah, I told you, man, she's a whole other character herself.
Well, she comes up and there's people were shooting guns somewhere. She goes, "What is that boom sound?" And I said, "Somebody's practicing with their guns. They're shooting their guns." And she goes, "Okay." And away she went.
Yeah, long she has an answer,
Nice,
she
simple
good.
answer. She was cool. All right then.
That's all.
She walked by all of us at one point and threw her hands up in the air, Mike, and she said, "It's an abomination," and just kept walking. I was like, what? Somebody go ask that girl what's an abomination.
Because she's
She
talking
just-
to herself. Whatever
cracks me up.
conversation she's having in her head, she's just having.
Yes.
She's a
It's funny
cutie.
as fuck when she does all that shit, man.
She was very amusing.
Like last year when she was like, "Look at me swimming," she was doing this in the pool. I'm like, "Okay, baby, you're swimming. Yes, you are. You're
And then
doing a great job."
Biggie pointed out the nephews and the nieces that were like, because apparently that there was an attractive young lady with a bunch of tattoos running around in a
Oh,
bikini,
okay.
and she
Off
was
limits.
related. She was related to Kid.
Yeah.
And then there were like some, I don't know, 7, 8, 10-year-old, 12-year-olds. I don't know how old these children were, but they were two little blonde boys, and they were like constantly talking to her.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's
yeah,
like,
yeah.
Those are
They're
Tab's
only related by
yeah.
marriage.
Yeah.
But those are Tab's nephews.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
that's as clear cut of a cool case. If like you pull it, good for you, son. nothing wrong
He
there.
said you pull it good for you,
Nothing
sir.
wrong.
That
there.
girl's a badass, man. She's like a classically trained. What instrument she played?
She plays.
Cello or
She
it's
plays
something cool.
the.
I can't remember what it is.
She plays the trombone. She plays
Yeah.
the guitar.
She's getting a
she
degree in
plays
musicology.
The drums. She plays.
She's a badass. And so sweet.
Fuck. I forgot what other instrument. She plays all kinds because she was doing the trombone for
She
the
did
band.
marching band, yeah.
She got the scholarship for that. But then she switched up playing the trombone to the fucking. Now she's on the drum line.
Yeah.
Because last year she orchestrated. You know what I mean?
The conductor.
She conducted
For college,
a couple of
yeah.
college. Yeah.
It's
For a couple of
badass.
games. We went
Cool.
up there to see her do her
She's pretty
thing.
cool. And her tattoos are beautiful. She has really good tattoos.
Yeah.
Some people that age, they really fuck up their bodies forever. But her tattoos, I was like, those are dope. She's a sweetheart. And her friends were funny. The one drunk blonde girl, oh God, she was cracking me up. I was like, I think she's happy. My kids were like, who told her we were 17 and 16? I was like, that would be me. That would be me. I did. I cock-blocked that right there because that girl is 22. You need to stay the fuck away. Leave that drunk girl alone. She just happy and dancing to Miley Cyrus party in the USA. Don't talk to her.
She come up to me and told me that all back. She's like, hey, I already cock-blocked my boys because I said no. I told her if they come up to you, they are 16 years old. I'm like, okay, hey, do your thing. I don't give a fuck.
Because Jude I overheard him telling Seth they had a whole action plan. How they were going to approach who and when and what
I
and where.
told him, I said, you better go talk to them motherfuckers, leave that goddamn girl alone. Who? I said, the only single bitch that's here. Those motherfuckers are gonna go and go play catch-all beside her and shit for the rest of the goddamn day unless they realize that her old ass ain't gonna hurt them little young fucks.
Neighbor party had a bunch of hotties that were all in their 20s over there.
The ones that came over last year.
And I was watching all these little short summer dresses go by, and I was like, where are the boys? I know they're gonna smell the scent. Like, I won't be surprised if we look around and they're over there.
Nah?
No, they didn't. They were like, they're too old.
They weren't
I'm like, they were too
They
old,
were trying to
but
play basketball with each other,
yeah.
sucking on the court.
In the middle of
They
the
went
heat.
hard yesterday. They were
Yeah.
so tired.
Well,
Everybody
that's what
slept
you
in.
want. They all sleep and shit.
Nah.
Nah, this motherfucker was up fucking, I don't even know. I woke up 3 o'clock, I think, turned the light off of one room, was up for no reason.
Oh, really? I thought they crashed out. I guess that's because they slept till 12. I thought they were just way tired.
I mean, the TV was on. I didn't hear the motherfuckers really talking, but I wasn't really worried about listening.
Mine apparently is coming back this week. Y'all might see him around town. He's just gonna come and stay up here.
Oh, he come here?
Yeah.
Oh,
he
snap.
likes the Jew more than he likes me.
Oh, there you go.
He's like, it's your week. You don't mind. I was like, I know, but okay, I guess you can go hang out at my boyfriend's house without me.
Wow.
Oh, look at that.
I'm gonna be at work. I mean,
That's funny. No, the biggest flex is that I had to have a conversation with my co-parent about the boys, and my co-parent started talking about how he would be comfortable if Jew's wilding out, if my son's wilding out again and talking, disrespectful or something ever to me, he is 100% okay if Andrew steps in and tells him to stop being a little cock, because he said that he thinks Andrew might be the only one that could actually put the boy in his place, because he thinks of Andrew as like a friend and he wants nothing more but to be cool in front of Andrew. And I was like, wow, you're admitting a lot right now. You're showing a lot of vulnerability for a guy that you wouldn't even shake his hand 2 years ago. Like, that's nice.
Yeah, that
that's
boy,
progress. It's progress,
boy, at
babe.
least. He drives a Prius and all.
Yeah, that's a
Can't
little
really do
suspect.
much about it. Can't really do much about that. I'm trying to tell him. He's telling the boy about how, you know how many speed tickets I got? Zero. I said, bro, cops ain't really gonna pull you over in Prius unless you're hauling ass. If anything, they're gonna be like tragic, Especially if you're smiling, bro. I'm like, they're gonna let you go. They're gonna let you go free all day
Will
long.
Ferrell in that movie, The Other Guys. Who keeps having sex in my Prius? We're gonna get your car, we're gonna fuck it in again. No, you're not. Oh, shit. Speaking of movies, so what's the question about Elliot Page?
Okay, yeah, the
Because I need to know this one.
The ridiculous question.
Because this motherfucker brought this up yesterday, and he starts laughing.
It
and
occurred
I'm like,
to me. I started laughing my ass off, right? Because like, you know, we've had controversial topics on this show about the trans, what was it, the she-cock and all that shit.
yeah.
So the real question is,
He can't even get out.
Elliot Page, right? We don't know what he's got going on. He might, you know,
Still had a vagina.
he might still have a vagina. If you fuck his vagina, is that gay or straight?
I think he has a prosthetic. He got bottom surgery too.
You think he got a
Hold
fake
on.
dick?
Technically-
So there's no vagina left?
No, I think he got bottom surgery.
But you're not supposed to ask these people these things.
I'm pretty
But,
sure
hold
they had a whole combo, but I don't know.
Let's look at this question
Find me
first.
something.
I believe if you fuck a trans dude who still has
A vagina.
that's not
It's
by
not gay.
definition
It's
gay.
not gay.
You might look like a dude, but you got the woman part.
Right.
So would you do it?
No.
Fuck no.
No.
He has pecs and
I
abs
wouldn't
and looks like a full-blown man.
They're not pecs, they're just
If there was a
full of titties.
vagina
Except for that
under
little girly face of his.
But it's a real vagina.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, it's a real
Elliot
She
vagina.
was born
Okay.
a woman.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so Elliot Page,
You're in the game, man. You're in the game. You're straight.
Yeah.
You don't have to take it to Vegas.
he has not publicly confirmed nor denied
Because you're not allowed to
or
ask.
shared details about whether he's undergone or plans to undergo bottom surgery.
Bottom surgery just sounds
We
reckless.
definitely got the top surgery because that's obvious. You can
Yeah.
see the scars and shit.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be looking for
But
him
see,
if he's
that's
topless
just,
at all during
that's
the movie.
just a mastectomy. That's all it is. So he just had his titties moved.
Yeah, that's exactly right. But
So,
maybe
hold on.
they
But
use the
because-
extra skin
but
to make a
listen.
cock,
He just
little
had his
cock
titties.
toy down there.
But listen though,
Need some
so
skin,
with the
just
titties
wasted.
removed, you still got your nipple. They put the nipple back.
Have you seen the scars?
I seen the picture.
Nah,
Yeah.
he looks wacky.
It's
But,
not that
you know.
bad. It actually, you can tell that they left just enough to make it look like a peg. There's a little bit of a
Well, that's what I'm
shadow
saying.
under
It's not
that
a
peg.
peg. That is actually a titty.
That's a really
that ain't
flat
there.
titty.
Yeah. So
That looks
should
like a full
should he be allowed to have his titties out like that and not blurred?
Titties apparently are okay if you are just are a man or are
If they
pretending to
don't
be a
look
man.
like lady tits,
Yeah.
it's fine.
You can have muscle.
There's some dudes out there that got lady titties, yo.
I got some friends that ain't got nothing that would look like boys without their shirt on, but they're gonna get yelled at the beach. It
So
ain't
why
fair.
should that motherfucker? That's
This
what I'm
is what I'm
saying.
saying.
See,
Don't even
Not
get
if they're a
started.
six-pack.
Yeah, if they cut up, they gotta be cut up apparently.
Put on some board shorts
So
and
apparently
fucking be
men
cut
are
up.
still allowed to do whatever the fuck they want, even if they just pretend to be a man. That's the bottom of the story.
Yeah, okay.
I'm not so on board with it that level
I
either
am.
way.
I went off yesterday talking about how unfair it is, the difference between how y'all get to show up to the barbecue at a pool party versus how we got to show up.
What do you mean?
You can wear
Nobody's
whatever
gonna
you
know
want.
the amount of ingrown hairs you got by your dick because of what y'all are allowed to wear and what you
Ain't
rock.
nobody stopping you
Yeah.
from wearing shorts.
You can
I'm
wear
just
board
saying.
shorts,
Skinny
girl.
shorts.
But it
You
is
can show
not
up
a
in a-
standard practice for women to wear anything but something that looks like absolutely nothing. You
Stop
can see
being a
every,
standard
No,
woman.
see
no.
every crevice,
Stop
every
doing standard
crevice,
woman
You don't have to
every,
do that.
every
what you want.
misshaven spot.
Yeah,
I took a
nobody's
fucking
telling you to
40-minute
do that.
shower to become hairless yesterday. Like that, it was like the longest shower I ever taken.
But you don't have to do that. But you gonna fuck you
I
out of the
do,
way?
'cause
You don't have to do it.
I don't have a pair of board shorts to rock.
We'll get you one.
But I
But
guess
you
I
still
could.
get some, yeah.
Put
you
some
get
mesh shorts on. Do whatever you want.
I just wish it was just more normal for us to wear less revealing shit.
It is.
It can be.
It's not.
It's
It's
not-
not for you.
It's a choice.
It's you're not making that choice to do that.
You wear them clothes that you wear, girl. I already don't told you this. I already talked about
I don't know.
That's pretty much it, yeah.
Yeah,
I wanna be
you don't
cute,
have
though.
to conform.
I want to be cute.
You don't have
I don't
to
want to look like
conform.
a dyke. No offense to my dykes.
But you don't have to
you know,
conform. You can wear whatever you
I'm
want.
gonna wear one of them burkinis.
The fuck is a
a burkini. Is
You've
it
never
like
seen
furry?
it? The burka bikini. It's like what Middle Eastern women wear because they're not allowed to show skin. I don't want to be like that either. This is a burkini. It's a whole ass dress. Women are not allowed to show skin.
That.
Well, you know what you could have done with your outfit? You could have just thrown on some jean shorts.
I did. That's what I rocked all day.
Well, there you go. What's the problem with that?
When I take them off, though, to get into the pool,
you can wear whatever you want in the pool. You can wear a bikini top and whatever kind of bottom you want.
Just wait. Next pool party, y'all gonna laugh at my ass because I'm gonna show up.
Give a fuck.
I'm gonna wear a wetsuit.
Do you?
No, even a wetsuit too tight. Shit's too tight. Y'all are just. I just want y'all to be grateful that you can walk around in your wife beaters and your shorts and not give a fuck about nothing all day.
That's just. In general, we don't give a fuck.
A lot of the women don't give a fuck either. Most women are not as like hypercritical.
There were a lot of women walking around out there that were not giving a fuck.
Except for Angie, who looked amazing. She looked amazing, but she complained about how it was too tight all day. I was like, girl, that is the best looking bathing suit I've ever seen your ass in. You look cute as shit. Stop bitching to everybody. She's walking around. Lisa gave me an extra bathing suit, size medium. I said, stop bitching. You look good. Them titties on fleek. They look amazing right now. They be popping in that medium. Leave it alone, girl.
She ain't tell you to touch them?
Huh?
She ain't tell you to touch them?
No, but she was so mad at the man because she handed him her bathing suit bottoms, and they somehow, this second year in a row, they did not make it to the bag for her to wear.
That did happen last year.
It did.
God damn it.
Last year he went home and got him.
Yeah, he left and got him.
He drove all the way home.
I forgot he did that.
He tried to do it again this year.
I stopped him though because I was like, no, bitch, I have a very conservative looking one because in case I felt insecure, I had another option to wear where my booty was covered and you wouldn't be able to see my hair follicles around my pubic line. I wasn't too worried about that. I had a backup option. Plus, I didn't know that the top or whatever. It's the first time I worn that bathing suit. I didn't know if it would be popping off. So, you just never know.
You had backup wardrobe plans.
I did. I had a more conservative.
Ready to
if I was feeling more insecure, I would have probably worn it.
But you could have worn whatever you wanted.
Yeah.
Everybody here agrees except for you. You're the only one arguing against the woman being allowed to do whatever the woman wants to do. All three men in the room are saying that the woman can wear whatever she wants.
Yeah.
We don't mind. Yo, put on a jean jacket and a pair of sweatpants.
I just wish
I don't give a shit.
I wish there was more things being made for women instead of the ass crack string bikini type shit.
Nah, I do agree with that part.
So what you're saying is there's a lane.
Selection.
There's a lane.
Sexy, like granny attire.
No, she wants it in between.
Or granny attire.
You're right. You want in between.
Yeah, there's gotta be
You want something in between sexy.
Because the world has stopped doing that because with being a girl dad, you know what I mean? When I go into the stores and buy my daughter shit, it pisses me the fuck off because I'm like,
there's nothing.
Why the fuck are you having little girls having
cheeks
with all this shit? This is unacceptable.
Yeah, that's not.
That's what I'm saying,
so
dude.
I buy the fucking the basketball shorts type shit
and
like that.
And she out there looking like a 12-year-old that's questioning her sexual orientation. I know.
But that's the way the world wants you to think. Like
better than the nail.
But I'm
not speaking for myself. I'm speaking for the masses.
Saying,
But
I get what you're saying on that part because I'm like, as she's growing up, and I'm like, yo, I don't want her out here in this shit because she don't need to be wearing this shit at a young age. It didn't used to
be like that. I feel like when I was younger,
that's what happens when you have these motherfucking sick-ass pedos that run these companies.
And when Kim Kardashian become role models versus fucking Margaret Thatcher. You know what I'm saying?
That's also true, too.
Yeah.
There's a very big difference in what is a role model now.
A classy woman and get the ratchet bitch more praise than the classy bitch. You know what I mean? Like it's the same thing they do it in hip hop all day long. Rhapsody is one of the best fucking female rappers out there right now. That matter of fact, I don't even want to say female rapper, just rapper. Period.
There you go, Mike.
She is fucking on point, but she ain't getting as much play as fucking the goddamn. What's that bitch? Sexy Red.
Yep, exactly. And she ain't even that good.
Sexy Red is the one that they put out there.
But the culture, like so many people would be like, would you rather Emma Watson or Sexy Red? And I'd be like, Emma Watson all day. And they'd be like, you're crazy. so many people out there would be into that sexy ratchet.
That is two different preferences, sir. That has less to do with who's ratchet and who's not. That has more to do. That's two very different types of preferences.
Any example with a woman,
you ain't gonna find the same man that goes prefer those women.
So it
There's
would be
nothing
like,
wrong
it
with
would be
comparing
like,
any women to women.
like, all right,
or man to man.
Take the women
That
in
might be
hip-hop back
actually
in the
the only
day.
thing wrong.
Let's take the women back in the day hip-hop. You had Queen Latifah, MC Lyte,
Right.
The Brat. All of them women banging.
TLC man, TLC had some of the banging by people didn't even know until left until T-Boz's titty floated by in that one video. They're like, goddamn, TLC got bodies on them. You didn't know until they were in the T-Boz when she was in the blue silk pajamas.
Yeah.
I was in the left eye while she was still alive.
Yeah.
I was like, man, that chick's
T-Boz was my
Yeah,
chick
Left
right
Eye was
there.
my
It something
favorite.
with
I like
T-Boz
left eye once she
T-Boz
like
was hot.
once she
Yeah.
didn't have a rubber like
It was that titty that showed. That
through
was
her
she
face.
ruined all middle schoolers.
It was T-Boz and Belly. It was how she was rolling with Nas and Belly that got me. I was like, you know what? Yeah, I think that's like her real character. She's not playing that. That's her.
But see, like back then, you could have the sexy bitches getting the airtime, like in Vogue, at the same time that TLC was not being all sexy
You
and
bring
they were
Lil'
looking,
Kim out, and Lil' Kim was like,
it's just gone ratchet,
But
ratchet,
see,
ratchet.
Lil' Kim might be the like
she wasn't
she's
as
like
ratchet as these motherfuckers
patient
were.
number one.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They're like,
I like
she
Lil'
put
Kim,
the
though.
bar there.
I like
They're
it.
like,
She's the one that when the bitch reached over and
yeah, slapped
her
her titty on
Lil' Kim paved the way for the
Awards.
Cardi B's of the world,
That's what
man.
I'm saying. Little Kim led the way.
Yeah.
And it might have been a mistake.
Her
She
Foxy.
did. She did, because now you got bitches like Nicki Minaj with their fucking fake cellulite asses. Like, I just want to pop it. I just want to be like, what happened if I do this?
It
Like,
might get some funk come out of that bitch. They
Yeah.
say them fake asses be funky as fuck.
I know.
Yeah, they probably
The
retain a lot of
chemicals
stuff.
the chemicals
It's
that become
literally
the
just
chemicals.
dead skin that dies inside of you continuously for the duration of it. Like, they're all
You
gonna
can't
have to
be
get
hitting
that
shit
shit.
from the back and be smelling decom.
Nah, man, nah.
I mean, when you know somebody as rich
Problem.
as Cardi B got a man that's still gonna say it stank, that there's no amount of money that can fix the
Hold on, but here's
decay
the
of your
thing.
body.
Hold on, now, I'm glad you said this because it takes me back to the episode
Necrotic
that
flesh.
I wasn't here for. I think it was the episode that you was talking about some shit where they were like men's penis size and shit like that. Like men can't help their penis size. Now a woman, she got the BBL and
Right.
dude hits that motherfucker. He says fuck her ass stinks, because, but you hit it. It's just like women
Yeah.
go, oh, your dick little. So
But you
what?
hit it.
I hit it.
You hit it.
You like this
It's
little
the-
dick
it
at
is
the
the
time.
thing.
Liked it when I asked you if you
Yeah,
liked that.
you liked the
It
little
is.
dick at the time. Yeah.
At the current time, I did.
It's true.
So
Now I changed my
so
mind.
you can't say shit
I
on
have
me. You
personal
like this little dick.
documentation
Right.
that you like this.
Right. Now imagine that y'all had to wear that it was just normal and expected, and the majority of options for you to wear to that 4th of July barbecue pool party literally detailed every line, size, magnify. It was like spandex on your dick. If you guys had to have that dick, which is external, have suction cup spandex around it while you were walking around doing your day, y'all would not have as good of a party, I don't think.
Yeah, fuck, I would give a fuck.
You can tell
I don't know.
how. Okay, that
I
girl.
was doing that yesterday. and People were talking to me.
You look at, no, you were not. No, you
Oh,
had,
yes,
you
I
had on
was.
black baggy shorts. I don't want to hear
I
it.
didn't have anything on under them.
Well, that's fine, but they weren't suction. They weren't suction to your body, and that's gross. You need to put on some drawers.
I would only have a problem. I would have a problem with dick bulging around little children.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. But yet we're out here with our ass cheeks out. You could tell the size and shape of our labia half the time. Like,
But that's because again, you can also choose that too.
That's right.
okay,
can
let's go
choose.
bathing. Let's go shopping.
We're gonna
next
go
year.
bathing suit
You
shopping
can't-
Let's
now
go
with the
shopping.
Mason
We'll
and
wait till
French
the end of August and go discount shopping. See what's out there.
It does take a minute to
You
find
help me
some shit,
find
but you
something that
can
don't
find
look
some
gay
shit.
or look granny.
And that's a choice though. It's in your mind. Do I want to have the one piece on and look granny in your mind, or do I want to go ahead and get this two
But
piece
this
that got
is
my ass
so
out
what I
that
end
I'm
up-
be thinking about? Like, fuck, are you gonna see that ingrown hair that I fucking
See,
fucking
what they
fat?
need is that in-between
I mean,
lane.
you can't care about the ingrown hair, but
They
you gotta,
need the in-between
yeah.
lane where it's kind of sexy, but it's also kind of like nonchalant.
Subtle.
Yeah.
Which
It's,
is why I go over the top with my cover-ups
hold
and
on.
stuff. Like, I always
What's
want to
the
look
word?
like a rich bitch.
Tasteful.
Demure.
Yeah, there we go.
Big Stevie said alluring. he said, got an alluring thing going on.
A Demure Allure. Dude,
You want to leave a little something, show a little something, believe a little something.
That's the brand name, Demure
Yeah.
Allure.
Yeah. There you go.
Welcome to Demure Allure.
Yeah.
Copyright that shit. Somebody's
You
going to
can't
come
do that
out.
with a pair of Billabong board shorts.
What you got to do is you got to make them short, and then you got to make it so that there's like a Velcro that you can like loosen up
They
if you
probably
want
make
to show
that
booty
still.
cheek. You know what I'm saying?
That was a big thing when I was growing up. That's what I wore. I wore little short O'Neills, and that's when I was like the most confident ever at the pool. When I had like that on and like a little bit like a tankini or something. I didn't feel like I was all out there.
There was something to
They don't make stuff like
stave
that,
off
though.
the camel toe,
Yeah.
and that's what ladies need.
And hide the belly a little bit, because some of these bellies out here, we want to be tucked in. We don't need it be all hanging over. You know.
So we got to start a bathing suit company.
Yeah.
That's what we got to do. That'll get us on Shark Tank one day.
Feminine wear for the
this
modern
feminine
woman.
wear for a modern woman
Yeah.
who wants to be sexy
Yeah.
but not too sexy. Doesn't want to show off too much.
We're going to keep it classy.
We want you to know that she got a little donk or whatever.
We're going to keep
Yeah.
it classy, not ratchet, like Biggie Small said.
Rocket Bob Studio.
Yeah, that's right.
Yep.
Ratchet, not ratchet, classy.
Yeah.
Demure
Now,
Allure.
if you want to be ratchet, the ratchet clothes are there for you, but we do not make those.
Yeah, they got ratchet out there. You're
They
not
got
buying
that
Demure Allure if you want ratchet.
Yeah.
That's right. And you're not buying Granny if you want Demure Allure.
Yeah.
You want some
Tagline.
Demure
The
Allure.
elderly,
Yeah.
the elderly, the 60-year-olds out here, the 67-year-olds.
They're going to be all over that shit.
We
Oh,
meet
man,
you in the
what?
middle.
Yo, 30 plus is going to be like 50% of them wearing Demure Allure once we get this thing popping.
Yeah. Because I don't mind showing a little bit of titty, a little bit of that. I don't mind all that as long as it is like classy and not trashy. But there's no, like the industry that makes these bathing suits, they really just think
They're
that
just
that's
trashy.
like one and the same. They think it's one and the same. Like, why would you want to look classy? Like, why would you, the trashy's where it's at. I don't even know.
Everybody
man.
loves trashy.
I don't even know. But
That's the thing.
you notice even the prettiest girl there changed her bathing suit halfway through because she said that she felt uncomfortable because she had a little bit too much titty that kind of was making away.
Yo,
and then
she had a lot going on
there. Her backside, she said she felt a little too exposed, and
Yeah, she
so
was.
she went and she changed.
She was.
But,
She went from
we wanna
too
be
sexy
confident,
to
but
Demure
It's
Allure.
too many eyes. Too many eyes. And y'all can sit back and say like, oh, it's just in your mind and it's if you guys just love yourselves. Yeah, you're right, but
No,
we
we're
know
agreeing
that
with you. That's why you need Demure Allure
I
on the
do.
rack at
We
the
should.
fucking bathing suit store.
tagline, save the ratchet for the lingerie or something like that. We gotta come up with something.
Save ratchet for slipping into something more comfortable. Demure
Yeah.
Allure will keep you sexy but confident as well at the beach or the pool.
You want to be confident and comfortable while you're at the pool?
That's right. Do you want everyone to see every little thing
Finally.
about
But
you?
you gotta
Swimsuit
say it
bottoms.
soft. You
Yeah.
gotta say it soft. You gotta
Yeah.
have like a breeze blowing in the back.
You gotta narrate the advertisement.
Yeah.
Confident.
Not just water running from the toilet.
Do you feel sexy in what you wear?
Oh my God, Mike, stop.
That's it.
Wear Demure Allure.
I'm buying it all.
Exclusively.
Exclusively sold at, what's the name of the all strip club?
Mix it in fresh. Oh. Rolling Biggie Smalls.
Rolling Biggie Smalls.
We covered all sizes.
When the ladies are walking around, they wear Demure Allure.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to pay them money, they see that thing in
Where you
a
wanna
private room.
feel
That's
like
an option
a
too.
lioness on the hunt. Rock Demure
A
Allure.
lioness on the hunt. A lioness on the prowl. With Demure Allure.
You want to jump on them like Grace Jones' sex room?
That's right. That's right.
Get your Demure
Can no
Allure.
man resist that pussy?
Yeah.
She's a
Okay,
Demure
we're
Allure.
gonna make it too sexy now. Calm down. Damn it, though, Mike. You really should be selling whatever with your voice, because
Yeah.
I was ready to buy just now.
I'm
like,
telling you, we gotta make the
homie?
line. We gotta make the line. Come up with this stuff. I'll get to designing. Like, here you go. This is sexy, but not too
All right,
sexy.
I'm gonna think about it for real. I have a background in fashion and
There we
fashion
go.
We gotta
merchandising.
draw some shit up.
Let's figure
find
this
some
out.
product.
Start us a little
somebody to make
company.
it.
That's it.
That was the biggest thing that I drew when I thought I was gonna be a fashion. I thought I was gonna be a writer, an actress, and a fashion designer when
Now,
I was a little kid.
there's
But
nothing wrong with that.
I designed bathing suits all the time because I was mad about it back then when I was little.
Well, here we go.
My
Because we
favorite.
can make Demure Allure, and then I don't know. I'm not sure what's appropriate for the children. That's a totally different lane.
The proudest I was.
You make the Demure Allure line for the juniors.
Yeah, Demure Allure Junior.
The proudest I was of one of my designs, I remember, I never forget, I went up to Jan, my mom, and I was like, Mom, I designed the coolest bathing suit, everybody's gonna want it. And I show her a picture. It's 2 eyeballs with lashes, and it's got a little string, and when you pull a string, they bat the lashes.
God damn it. Yeah. But look, I bet you there's one out there. I bet somebody got
You two
it.
are peas in a pod. That's the same bathing suit that you designed.
I tried to generate that shit. I tried to make it like I did. I used to sew and everything. Tried to make a string so you could pull this out. It never looked right though. It did not work.
It never worked. It was intended.
Well, you know, you have high hopes, but you realize you're not a sweatshop in China. You can't be making shit really.
Touche. That's why we
I
gotta
was
come
not
up
skilled.
with Demure Allure designs that are, you know, something that can be done,
I'm
but
gonna
also
do it. I'm gonna start
not too
making some drawings,
complicated.
y'all. I'm gonna do some drawings. You're gonna laugh at my skills, but I'll come up with some ideas.
And it's almost like we just got to make bottoms. You know what I mean? Demure Allure bikini bottoms. Because you already got all kind of bikini tops, right? So you make them so they match with everything.
But there needs to be some kind of top that is cute, that looks and feels, it looks more like a t-shirt. What does that say? I can't read it.
It's not reading it, it's the picture.
10% off your first
No,
order.
oh shit, my bad.
I'm like, what are you showing me, homie? You want my email address for that 10% off? Oh my God, it does it. That's exact. I did a blue eye too. They stole my motherfucking
ripped you
design.
off.
I should have trademarked that shit.
Hashtag Pat.
But I bet you those lashes don't flicker. I bet
Nah,
they
they
don't
ain't
flutter.
flickering.
They don't flutter.
No.
So
they
see,
don't.
But
mine
you
would
could,
be
you
an
know what you
upgrade.
could do? You could make them like, you know that thing where you turn and it changes? A hologram?
I want the eyes that just follow you.
Like that painting.
Like her titties just watching me.
I can't stop staring at your
But
titties
then, yeah, but then
I
that's
feel like
gonna
your
make
titties
it
are
worse.
watching
Titties
me.
is looking at me.
I'm up here.
David's looking at me first. They drew first blood. Not me.
Lady,
You
my
know,
eyes are up
I would
here.
walk around all day
I
saying
was
that
talking
shit.
and
I'd be like,
titties.
look me in the eye.
I'd be like, my eyes
I'd be
are up
so
here.
immature.
Titties. Can you look me in the eyes while I'm talking?
I'd be going around,
titties?
look, I'm winking at you. I'd be so extra.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, and that's the opposite of what we're trying to make right now.
Okay, well that's
You
just
don't
my
want to be, you
fun.
don't want
That's
to
the
be
funny.
demure.
Because Demure Allure, you should be able to have different, like you're talking like t-shirt like tops. So like
just
you
some.
make different type t-shirt type
I
tops.
gotta think on it. I gotta think on
Yeah,
it,
there's
man.
different type t-shirt type tops, and you can make the
That
bottoms,
aren't rash
and they can
guards,
be
though.
right, but they can be like interchangeable. That way you sell them as individual pieces, and not necessarily like.
I don't know. I got
wrapped-
ideas. I got ideas. You know, the average age of a woman millionaire is 46. I got 3 years. We got to get on this. I'm gonna start designing now.
Well,
Because
let's
if
go.
I could do this for women, I even took a poll last night with all the little 20-something-year-olds. Well, there were really only three if you count. Yeah, 3. But I did. I asked all of them, I'm like, y'all get sick of how these bathing suits be making us out looking out here like. We ain't got nothing in the imagination. These boys just walking around with their like B-cup titties and they don't give a fuck. And all the girls were like, yeah, that's true. Why? Like I picked my wedgie more times today than I can count. I'm like, I know. I've been picking wedgies all day too.
That's
girl.
how they're designed, because they don't stay on the booty right.
Yeah.
They're designed to ride up
that
into
was
the
the
booty.
Yeah.
solution
But
for
that's what we got
totally
to-
fitting. Let's just make it a string.
Yeah. If you're always pulling it out, let's make it the only thing there is. You
Right.
can't pull it out.
Right. The pool will kill the yeast infections. It's all good. Like just walking around strings up your ass. Like hate it.
Yeah, it sounds terrible.
Doesn't sound comfortable.
It was
I've heard about a string up the ass before, but that was a different story.
Yeah. We heard twine up the ass.
Yeah, that was it, twine.
That was twine.
sounds horrifying.
Yeah, it would have been.
That is
It
like
would have been.
that sounds like Indian burn level discomfort. Worst
I think
bug
it'd be worse
burn
than Indian
ever.
burn. I think that'd be long term.
Twine is offensive.
'cause
It would hurt.
It'd be hard to pull out. It would
inside.
like leach itself to your innards and not.
Twine
not
is
be
for the
pullable.
barn, not the butt crack.
Oh man.
That's what we tried to tell him. But anyway.
What kind of sexy scarecrow looking outfit you trying to wear?
Nah, it wasn't that. That was if he was ever on Survivor. He said.
No, Naked and Afraid.
Naked and Afraid, yeah.
He's gonna shove
He was gonna
twine.
sneak
Who said
twine.
this?
You're
I
bad.
knew you were gonna say it. I knew.
He was gonna sneak twine and
Enough said.
Naked and Afraid. He was gonna put twine up his ass.
That way he could fish with it. He was gonna pull out like a thick,
That would last
thick
until
short
how
thing or
itchy
whatever.
it is.
Tie
You
all the
realize how
pieces
itchy.
together.
Oh my God.
Maybe I can try and get some pine needles or something.
Motherfucker said, man, I think I can do it.
I think I can do it.
This motherfucker here.
I would love to see him on one of those shows. One of
He
those-
would fucking
He
kill
would
it.
kill it. He would probably win that Outlast shit.
He could, yeah, oh yeah, he
Just
definitely be
out
able to
of
do that.
sheer determination, my man would win that money.
He would.
He would.
We told him all the time, like, man, you gotta sign up for some shit like that.
He'd be amazing at
He's
it.
got ideas on how to deal with things. Like if you're ever stuck out there in the
problem
hot
would be-
sun, he was like, you could just pee in the mud and wipe it all over yourself.
The problem would
you
be
pee in dirt and use that as sunscreen.
would be the person he's on the island with. That motherfucker would piss him off.
Yeah.
That'd be the problem.
He
Fuck
would-
you doing over there?
He
I
goes-
told you
he goes
to get
clash.
the goddamn branch. Not that branch. That fucking branch.
God-
Over there,
God
bitch.
damn, woman, you a dumb bitch. Because it's always with somebody of the opposite sex, right?
Yeah.
It's always with somebody of the opposite
No, he
sex.
talks to everybody like that. Oh, you mean the show?
saying- That
That's
show would be
That's what
bananas.
would annoy him because
Yeah.
they would pair him up
He'd
with
be like,
somebody
"You ain't my
that has
girl."
no
She would be
survival
crying the
skills.
whole time. She'd
Yeah.
be crying.
Yeah.
It'd be me. She'd be crying.
No, he would look.
He would use
catch
the
a
wrong
fish.
tone one too many times, and she'd be like, "I ain't sharing this banana. Fuck you."
He would go catch a fish. He'll cook the fish. He'll throw it at her. Eat that. Shut up.
There you go.
Yeah.
That's it,
Go ahead.
yeah.
Come on, we got shit to do. We got 20 miles to get to.
He'd be like, "You over your feelings yet, bitch? You
Yeah,
want some
we got to get to this motherfucker. You want to survive? You want to
wanna
get this
die?
money?
Yeah, I think it would be
yeah,
something
exactly.
along
Yeah,
those
you
lines.
want to die? We got to get this
Yeah.
money.
Time to
We're
go.
fucking crying. Let's go.
Time to go.
Bitch,
Here.
you worried about feelings.
I got
I'm
some
worried
fresh
about
mud
fish.
for you. Where'd you get the mud from? I peed in it. I put it on your
That's the
face.
t-shirt. That's the t-shirt I'm gonna make you next, baby. Feelings, no, fish greater than feelings. That's what I'm saying.
Ah, okay. Yeah.
I can dig it.
But yeah, he killed that shit. Be the person he's with.
He'd be great on there. Survivor, he'd be good at Survivor because he would not get caught up in the drama. He
No,
would
but
just
people would
outlast.
hate him.
Nah, there's too much bullshit.
You think
in
so?
there.
They would hate my
You
ass.
think so?
They would hate me.
Because this motherfucker, he's gonna survive.
him.
I'm gonna do it right in front of them too.
Yeah.
But
They'd be
Survivor,
like,
they like vote each
He
other
don't talk
on and all.
shit.
That shit.
Yeah.
That
He
shit
never
would not
talked
fly.
shit about people. He would never get up in the drama.
he would get
be-
annoyed because as soon as he was sitting there, they'd be like, "Oh my God, this that no." He's like, "Ah, fuck this." I'm
He would
trying
just
to
get up
fish.
and walk away.
Well, whenever they do like the camera on you in the private room, he'd be like, and then here we go.
Oh yeah, he ain't doing no private room
Yeah,
shit.
that's true.
They gotta-
This beat
yeah, that's all
I
it would
thought I
be.
used to tease him. I was like,
right here. Begin.
Cause I can see him now. He be on the train.
can you see him on Love is Blind? I tried to
I don't
picture
even know what the
it.
fuck that show
Where
is.
you literally cannot see the person, you're behind pods, and you just have conversation. You like basically do speed dating.
There's
you
no
click
way.
with somebody. Yeah, I know. He would just be. The women, they would be trying to like
You can't see him. You just
beg
talk. I
this
guess.
Yeah,
man.
but having somebody talk to this
conversation.
motherfucker
For hours. I
on
guess.
the other side without seeing him, and you hear this shit you never heard before come out.
What would he even talk about, Mike? It's all talking about feelings and how I grew up and this happened and I like this and I don't like that and my future this and that. I just think he'd get up there and he'd be like, I don't care what we did long and go fishing.
You want this deer?
You want this dick? And then all
That's
the girls
all
would
I'm
love
here
him.
for.
Be fishing
They
and
would
you
all
gonna
love
be getting
him.
some deal.
They would. They'd be like, I like that mysterious man. And he'd be mysterious instead
He
of
says
just
this thing called
unemotional.
Dioc.
He's always talking about fishing in Dioc.
I think it's Dioc. I
They
don't
would.
really
They
know
would
what
love
he
you. They'd be
means
fighting
by
over
it.
your ass. They'd be like, he don't talk much, but he
says nice,
mysterious.
nice.
I don't
That's
understand
all
much
it
of what
be.
he says, but I know he likes fishing and throwing some Dioc.
You would do great on a show like that.
Yeah.
Because you an intellectual talker. Like, you would do well. You know exactly, you would say all the nice things, and you
But see,
would
that's
sound
that whole
sincere.
show to me sounds
would
like
do
a
well.
setup though, because you're
That's
asking a
literally
bunch of
it.
you're
It's
asking
to
a
set
bunch-
people up on dates.
No, but I'm saying, like, all right, you're saying what somebody wants to hear, not what the fuck you really mean half the time.
I would agree with you on a lot of the dudes and the girls do a flipperoonie on the switcheroo.
Yeah,
They reveal
as soon as
their
they get
true self.
together.
It's an accelerated breakdown of what actually happens in a relationship. On average, it takes people dating 18 months before you are truly yourself around a person.
Shit,
like
I'm
you
off that all
are a
jump.
walking advertisement for yourself until that point. Unless you have accelerated experiences where
See,
you're
that's
just
the thing
like,
to begin, because somebody on the radio the other day was talking about this woman said she called it her representative. It was the first time her husband.
were you
saw
listening to
her
the breakfast show?
I don't know what show it was, but they were like
Okay.
her representative. She had married this guy, and the first time her husband saw her without her makeup and some shit, she was like, "I didn't have my representative," and he was just like, "I see he was offended when he saw me." I'm like,
Because for the first
Damn
18
bitch!
months,
go raw one time. Just
Be real.
Yeah.
Just be real.
it's
Be real.
That's it.
because you can't
Yes,
substitute authenticity. You can't like, even if she came in second date with no makeup on, there are still things that we as human beings do not feel safe to share and be with and reveal about ourselves until the passage of time has occurred.
I worked as a bartender for over a decade, and every time a woman that usually wore a lot of makeup showed up without makeup, I always thought she looked
Better.
the best that she ever looked.
That's right,
And
but the
I would
women-
give those women a compliment when I normally would not. I would say, you know what, you look really pretty today. And they'd be like, they would always say, oh, I don't even have any makeup on. And I was like, I know, I like it. You look really nice
And then
like
she'd
that.
turn around, and every male or female coworker that she worked with would say, honey, what's wrong? You look tired today.
But
honey,
that,
what's the
again,
matter?
Look,
that's
this
women-
is like the WNBA. This is
I
just
know.
like the
The women beat
WNBA.
each other up.
It's
Women
women
beat
beat
each other up.
each other.
It's not the men.
Better a woman
It
is, the
not the
more
men.
the other women
I'm just
do.
like you. I'm just like you. I see it. My girl Julie very rarely wears makeup. She wore makeup one time, and I looked at her and I said, Julie, I tell her she's beautiful all the time because she just needs some compliments in her life. But she is beautiful inside out. But she wore makeup one time, and I said, Julie, I said, baby girl, I said, them eyelashes are popping today. And she was just like, thanks. Like, she was more insecure wearing the makeup because she said more people, like, it's just when it's different.
That's
if you
my kinda
always wear
lady.
makeup, then when you don't, people are going to be like, Lisa, what's wrong? Because that's what happens to me. If I don't put on at least
That's because
mascara.
women be downgrading each other every chance you
Yeah,
get. You
that is
you
true.
hate
I literally
hers.
had a girl ask me one time when I forgot to put on under eye concealer. She was like, are you hungover? I was like, no, this is just my face, bitch. Like, I was trying to be tired. I was trying to be
That's what you gotta tell them.
tired.
That's to be a little bit nicer when they come back to you next time.
And that's
Yeah.
what you gotta remember is that all these bitches are trying to undermine you.
But this is what I'm saying. The fact that the sheer fact that there needs to be a comment or not based on how we wear our faces ever on a day to day, you motherfuckers never have to worry about that. The only time anybody
And
ever
you shouldn't
compliments y'all
either. You shouldn't
Women don't have
either.
to. Women
Don't
choose
do
to
it. That's
worry
right.
about
You
it.
are get on the same page
You're
where there's
imposing this
no
shit on
comments.
yourself.
But
Yeah.
when there's, I mean, how do I raise
Have I
an
ever
entire
seen you without makeup, or
world?
do you always have makeup on?
You've seen me without makeup. Yesterday, prime example, I showed up in makeup. I was there 10 minutes, and then I went in the bathroom and I washed my entire face because I realized I was going to be sweating my eyebrows off.
So when I saw you, you look
I had absolutely
perfectly
no makeup
fine,
on all day.
and you look perfectly nice right now. I don't know
Well,
if you
that's
have
nice.
makeup on or not.
I got a little bit. I got mascara on,
I don't give a shit.
and I got my under eye
But see,
concealer.
that's the thing.
And
Men
most
don't
men
care.
don't care.
Men don't care.
It's women that
It's
it's like
women
this.
that do it to women.
Because
nobody-
we don't know how to have confidence unless
Rarely.
we feel like we've got our best face forward, and
But
we've
like-
been conditioned to believe that that's a makeup face.
There it is. You've been conditioned to
Conditioned.
believe
That's
it.
what I'm saying.
That's
And
it.
until women stop making comments about other women's looks, because I'm telling you right now,
You
nobody,
know that's gonna
I have
happen,
been
so
made,
you gotta confident
the reason
boost
I
your way
make-
through
the
that. That's never
reason
gonna
I
happen.
make such a soapbox moment yesterday about this thing I was feeling about the bathing suit situation, looking around the party at the men and the women.
The catalyst for
it's because
Demure
it really
Allure.
is like a true story that I did have one like little weird bump that was like an ingrown hair, and I was self-conscious about it. But the reason I was even self-conscious and worried about it,
Was because
normally,
some woman was going to say something about
2 years
it.
ago, I was at that same party, and a bitch called me out for having a hairy toe. So I started thinking about that goddamn hairy toe, and I started thinking about like, oh my god, like what if somebody what if somebody calls me out for the ingrown hair the same way they called me out? Because it's the bitches that hurt the bitches. Like
I
it's
know.
mostly that. I think y'all fuck us up mentally, but we do it to our like.
Oh,
no,
we don't
not
fuck y'all up mentally.
You do.
You already
You don't
fucked
give
up
enough
mentally because
compliments. You don't give enough compliments.
That's what. How we fucking you up mentally by compliments?
We wouldn't
because
care
it's
about the
them.
hairy toenail or the hairy toe comment from the bitch
You gotta be so
if our man
complicated.
was
I don't
worshiping
understand
us
why
and catcalling us every
Goddamn.
time we
What
walk
the
by.
fuck
I don't get
kind of shit is that? That's a mental issue that you have.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably.
Yes.
That's exactly what that is.
I really gotta stop acting like I speak for the masses. It's really just me. I'm medicated, y'all. Don't believe none of that comes out my mouth. I take it
But
back.
look at the WNBA. Like, Caitlin Clark's a great player. She's a better draw than she is a player. People want to come see her. So what is every girl in the league that's not on her team doing? Trying to take her fucking head off.
Yeah.
And that is so indicative of what's wrong with women on a
We play a part
group.
in our
You
own
do this
demise.
to
We do.
yourselves. Y'all
Yeah.
are all like that's why it's like hard
We
to
do.
trust a woman, because I'm like, well, what if you're like the best woman and then every other woman I know is
Well,
like, fuck that bitch.
The part that kills me is that like we started this whole goddamn revolution, y'all, so that we didn't have to be just stuck in the kitchen not having opinions and shit. For years, that's how it was. Like we wanted to be.
When all y'all
we
were happy
did
or
not
stuck
want
in
to
the
be
kitchen without having
submissive.
opinions.
Barefoot fighting, damn
But look, we're on the board now. We're on the board. We are sometimes making more money than our motherfucking man. Half
Yeah.
the time that's the case. So why is it still this way? If we are the ones that have a larger share of the
Start
pie when
signing
it
up for
comes
the
to the
draft,
advertisements that get thrown in our face, why are we continuing to act like we gotta treat women like they're 1950s women that are just to be pretty and not heard? The people in
Right,
power
because
need
my
to be
1950s lady is the
more
one that I'm going to be
proactive.
every day. Oh, you look beautiful today, darling. Because all she does is make herself pretty for me to come home and fuck her.
Yeah,
like Tony
yes,
Soprano,
yes, pretty much.
like Tony said in
those men still
Scarface,
men
you just
men
want me to
not
come home
complimenting
and
women
fuck you.
been since the dawn of time.
But that's what they were doing
They
in the
weren't
50s.
complimenting women in the 50s.
Yeah, they were.
Yeah, they
beating them
were.
up for not having enough.
Some were
Why don't
beating-
you? Why
some
do you
were
look
getting
like that?
beaten,
That's a different. That's
Why
a
do you want to
different-
wear pants? That was the compliment. He wasn't. You so beautiful, wifey. No, those men did not kiss their asses. They were like, I'm a working man. I
Well, if they
deserve
didn't
this.
even, if they didn't even do it
You
then,
look
why
good
are you
for me.
expecting it now?
Hey, you know what? Hold on.
Because
You
we've
know
all
what fucked
changed.
women
We've
up?
evolved.
You know what fucked women up with that whole mindset about this and that? The
It's not
compliments
bullshit.
this.
Stop with your magic
It's
buttons.
fucking Disney. Disney, the
Yeah.
Prince Charming effect. These
Absolutely.
Disney movies that where fucking the
They
prince comes in and does
ruined
all
us.
this
Yeah,
shit.
you've seen
and all the fairy tales
all these
and all
horrible
that
movies.
And porn
They can't even
fucked it up for us.
The fucking
Yeah,
what is
sorry.
it?
We had Disney. Y'all had porn.
The smut books.
Oh, we
Y'all had
shouldn't have
smut
either.
books.
We shouldn't have either.
Ain't no woman went in and
Shouldn't have
7-Eleven and bought
Disney.
smut books.
Disney's
You mean a
the devil.
romance novel? We read romance
There's
novels.
smut books. Fucking romance novel. My ass. It's a smut book. It's the same
Yeah, they
fucking
be fucking
thing.
every chapter.
Yeah. He
We
grabbed me by my neck on his just
I
out
love
the
the
On
way.
the
way he
way
took me
back
at the
to the
library.
house on our
His
walk.
breath was so
Smut
hard.
Johnny
books
just
are
knocked
just
all the
the
books off the
adult
shelf.
version. They're just adult version of the Disney
Real
story
dead deal.
behind the bedroom, in the
In
bedroom.
literature.
But it's
Yeah, it's just written down Pornhub. As Jimmy
This very descriptive.
slowly slammed the shaft of that deal down into Tiffany while she was over there behind the library.
No, they don't say dick. They say he put his
out
number.
there. I know, why is it always Tiffany?
Tiffany took that
It's
cock.
always
It's not even
Tiffany.
that. They say,
Somebody in the back
I want
screamed,
to know a stripper named Tiffany.
"Make Daddy proud."
the next thing I know, look, it's not even, they don't even, they go, the next thing I know, he was just
As Johnny
inside
didn't lose
me,
a stroke.
and an explosion happened. Fireworks went off, and I lost my
Tiffany
mind.
screamed,
Right.
"That's my spot."
I was in
The
a
orgasm
daze.
slowly
Next thing you
crept
know-
up on her.
All the books shook
As
off the
she
shelf.
got hotter
The
and
whole
hotter
floor
from the
rumbled. The
inside
building
out.
cracked in
And
half.
the next thing,
Tiffany was broken.
the
Johnny
morning
was
dew
relieved.
was what I smelled next, and I was like, oh my
The
God,
librarian
it's
kicked him out.
we're gonna go get breakfast.
I did used to flip through my mom's romance novels to the dirty parts. And it was not as like stupid as y'all are sounding. It was like,
But it was
it was
characteristics.
slow, guided, sexy dominance.
Exactly.
Like, we still like y'all to be that dominant dude. But I do think women would have higher self-esteem if y'all blew us up as much as we blew y'all up.
Don't mess my hair up, asshole.
I've never said that in my life.
The thing is, women, because I believe
I never fuck it up, babe.
women fucking, since y'all down each other so much, you're like, you need somebody to lift you up in a sense.
Not all,
Like,
yeah.
the man should be the one lifting you up type shit. Like, you should
Y'all
lift me up because
you're the
I get
leaders.
tore down.
Like, as much as I'm a feminist, I'm also very old school in like what I think is actually ingrained in us
But
as
see,
human
the thing
beings
where, hold
that are
on,
men
you
or
see,
women.
it's the
We
love
mirror
language thing.
y'all. We mirror y'all.
You guys, women are like, oh, wait, yeah, like my wife, she compliments me all the time, but oh, baby, you're doing good, you're doing it, okay.
Because
But
that's what she wants in return.
in my mind, though,
She resents you for not giving her that.
But here's the thing. I don't need the whole. I look at it as attaboys. I don't need attaboys. I know my job. I know what I'm doing. I'm getting the shit done because that's what the fuck's supposed to happen.
Are you confident though? You're a confident man, right?
Yeah.
Do you
Are
give
you
her
confident
attaboys?
because
No.
Do you think she would benefit from them?
She
fucking
always
would.
says she
I'm
does.
telling you
Like,
right now,
and I
she
do
would.
there here and there. It's not often. Every so often, it'll be like, oh, baby, you did a good job doing this. You know what I mean? But it's.
no? She don't want to be told she did a good job on something. She wants to be told that her
No,
heart
she wants
is
to be-
beautiful.
she wants
her
all that.
mind
She
is
wants-
sexy.
She wants all the things
Well,
you
she
said
does
at the
want the
wedding.
kudos,
She
but-
wants all the things you said at the wedding
Every
that made
day.
all the women go, oh my god, exactly, every
We
fucking
want that
day.
shit every
I want
day.
you to download me every
We
single
want
day.
that
Every
Valentine's
single
Day
day.
card.
At 5:30 on the 34th or the 27th of May. It was so beautiful. I remember it.
That's right.
There's one
Do you
tear
know-
over here. There was a plane that flew
Look,
over
motherfucker.
your head.
never
It was
echoed
red
that
and white.
sentiment.
It was number 12. And you know, I'll just never remember it. There was a nice cloud over there. It was just beautiful. I remember. What'd you say to me again?
The feeling overwhelms
I can
me.
tell you
I think I
exactly
said,
when and where it
"Love you,
was
babe."
because I screenshotted.
That's not it.
I screenshot every vulnerable text that this man writes because it's
Lord
so
help
few
us.
and far between.
Just write the book on
It's
you,
an
dude.
album that I keep as a pick me
It's a
up.
paragraph probably
Because when
of
I start
sensitive
thinking,
shit I said.
when I start thinking about how he's an asshole that never compliments me, that one breadcrumb he gave me 3 years ago when he was actually vulnerable and admitted how much he loves my ass, I saved it and I'll go back and I'll read it and I'll be like, nothing changed with him, Lisa. He still probably feels this way. You just ain't heard it, so it reminds me that he has a heart and soul.
That doesn't make sense.
Do you keep nice cards that people write to you that have very sentimental things in a drawer? It's the same goddamn thing.
Nah.
Why not, you monster?
After a while, I
Motherfucker
told
goes
you.
to ghosts and shit, man.
Does
He
she bear her
exiled
soul
a
in
demon.
cards
You
to
think
you?
this motherfucker keeps
Yeah.
postcards?
You
Yeah,
throw
fuck.
that shit away.
Eventually, you throw it away, yes.
God's forbidden. Do you hear
He
this
chills with
shit?
Satan,
Girl.
man. He don't give a fuck about postcards, man. What the
Yeah,
fuck?
you really don't keep nothing to like remind yourself that you big dog of the house and she love your ass. You don't ever need to be reminded of that. Probably not, because she always tells you.
I don't need to be
Women, we
reminded.
gotta keep little trinket boxes of the fucking
Like, I got-
breadcrumbs
I
you
got-
guys give us.
so I got-
because
I
we
got-
don't believe
I
y'all.
got a keepsake
On
box
the
of
day-to-day.
like events that happen, like
Why
things
not,
that have
though?
happened in my life.
Why don't you believe these people that you're like
Because
committed
if we don't
to
hear it and we
hanging
don't
out
feel
with?
it, it's not happening.
You know, hear
We
no
don't
evil,
hear
see
it,
no evil.
We don't feel it,
Speak
it
no
ain't
evil
real.
type shit. That's how women live.
No, that is not true. That's how men live. Men don't stir the pot because there's really not a lot
men
going
can live
on
our
out there
life
to
no matter what the
stir.
fuck some other
I love
motherfucker says
y'all,
about him or
but you're
gives a
not
fuck about him.
dissecting shit the way women dissect shit.
Yeah, because we
Because
don't
you
give a fuck.
dissect it with
Because y'all get too in your head.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We're very different people.
I
I'm a
don't give a fuck
feminist,
if Chuck
but
don't
we
like
are
me.
very different.
Hey, guess what, Chuck? We just won't fucking hang out. You know what I mean? Like, that's how we feel shit. You
Yeah,
know
we
what I
keep
mean?
it moving.
If he wants to come over here, hey, fuck you, Chuck. Keep it.
But
There we go. We're
if
still
you-
not hanging out with Chuck.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's not that
Right.
difficult.
Y'all don't give a shit. It's like, I don't know.
No, we
There's,
do give a shit, but we'll just be like, all right, can we figure this out or not? Is
Yeah,
this
we
a
do.
problem
But
or not?
Is it worth your time?
Are we
That's
gonna
the
move
main
on
thing.
from this or not?
yeah, and you know what? It's gonna piss a bitch off more than anything. You look at that bitch and say, we gonna have a good date today or not? Like, go ahead, talk like that. Keep being single. I'm just saying.
Like,
I'm just saying, like, that's not how you talk to a woman. You talk to a woman
have a good
by
day.
basically
I'ma try. Let me see if I can remember that.
regurgitating the drama she tells you. You have to just paraphrase it back to her because that's like, oh, he really is listening to me. You can't just say, that sucks, or okay, or
But
what's
that's
on
an
TV.
opinion.
You know? No, I'm telling y'all the
so
secret
you want,
of the sauce
okay,
for
okay. The
making
secret,
us happy.
The secret to the sauce is you're like, oh, I can't believe that person, whoever you just were talking about, said the thing that person said to you. That sucks. Instead of just saying, yeah, that sucks.
If you bare in your heart about something that you're going through, like an emotional struggle or something, you do kind of feel like you hit a wall if somebody is a little dismissive. Because sometimes the like...
Are you bringing up the same thing over and over again?
Not most of the time.
Because see, look,
lot of y'all
Dr.
do.
does this to me.
Nothing feels like the
Because
same thing
see-
over and over does. It sounds like it to y'all because it's like, oh,
Because
she
that's how
bitching
you
again.
say it.
Better
That's
ways
how
to
you
say
say
it.
it. That's how you say it
Five better
again.
ways to
'Cause
say
see,
it.
Doc's from
Okay,
Bowden.
so we'll continue to change how we are
Look.
with y'all because you can't read us.
Y'all the ones that want the duck.
Look.
If you got fucking...
Doc from Bowden does this to me. She'll come home now.
I'm
Look.
speaking on her behalf
Yeah,
too,
she'll
by the
come
way.
home. I know
She
you.
wants the dick
She
too.
comes home, right? She'll come home and she'll have like a day that she had. I'll listen to the day that she had. It's not a problem.
Even if it sounded like yesterday? It's
Once
not
it does
yesterday to
that,
her.
hold on, but listen, here it goes. When she starts repeating it, I tune out. I cut off because when you repeat the same thing over and over and over, but there's
Wait,
no
I
solution.
can tell you why she does that.
hold on,
Here,
wait.
listen to what he's
But
saying though.
The repeatings happen. I get the day that you're having, and it's happening every day. There's no solution to what's happening. So at the same time, why keep bitching about it
Right.
if there's no solution? You know
Right.
there's no solution.
Right.
I can't solve the problem. I can listen
Right,
though.
we don't want you to solve
Right.
the problem, so don't
But hold on.
treat us
We
like
don't-
you're
here's the
supposed to
thing.
fix it. We don't need you to fix it.
Then why are we talking about it?
That's what's wrong with y'all. Because y'all don't.
No, pardon us. Why are we talking about the problem that we can't fix and is always the same?
I really need
and
y'all.
has nothing to do with me.
And I'm
Are your
listening
fans
to
around?
it.
Are your
Listen.
phones? Your phones need to be picking up on the algorithm that is about to occur
Now
with these
listen,
phones.
I'm
Because you
listening
guys are gonna
to
get
her.
pointers in your
I'm
feeds. I
listening
guarantee
to
it.
her all the time. I listen to it. Now, when it gets to the part where she's repeating over and over, I'll do
He
that.
tunes out so that he doesn't lose his shit on her.
I
And
got
that's, so
it.
guess what's gonna happen again? She's gonna keep talking about it. So do you want to know
She
how to
does
make
keep
it
talking
stop?
about it.
How do we make the
She
thing
does
stop?
because of how you're responding.
Come on, Lisa.
Look, hold on.
Get to the
Look.
point.
I'll
How
tell
do we
you.
make it stop?
Even when I am interacting with her and I'm like, oh, I see this motherfucker did the same shit. And she'll be like, yeah, they're not doing nothing about it. Do you think they were going to do something about it 5 years ago? They would have, but they
She ain't
haven't.
asking you to do anything about
I
it.
know she's not asking me to do it. She's telling me how come her bosses are doing something or this person's not doing something.
It might be the
and
same
I'm like,
conversation.
it's the same thing.
Right.
I said, babe, I've heard this for X amount of years now.
Yeah.
Nothing's changing.
Why is
So
she still talking about it?
You have, because she
We
has to
don't
figure
know.
out how she has to handle it.
Okay. So
But
that's
she don't
when
want
you
no
need-
help with how she has to handle it.
Okay,
That would
not
be
true.
Potentially fixing
I'm gonna
the
tell y'all
problem.
how to fucking fix it. You look at your girl, you really listen. You don't be gaming, don't be looking at the ceiling, the phone and FaceTime and just looking at the ceiling or whatever. You don't even know the man's still in the room or not. Or you could just really look at the bitch and be like have a facial expression every now and then. That gate, like we're like, right, you know, like we want you to be like, oh my God, you know, react. But to solve it, ask this question, baby. That sounds like a lot. That phrase is acknowledgement. The next things out of your mouth are, do you want comfort right now? Or do you want solutions? Or do you just need to vent? A moment like that, oh, I'm waiting. I know it can happen.
Well,
because
she just
y'all
outlined it for you, Eunice.
are hardwired to
You have to
think that
rewatch
we are
this a couple
bitching
times.
See what's
because
happening
there's
right now,
a
right?
problem.
That's what happens up there.
You guys hear us venting and think that you're taking
get a
it
spot in a
on
minute.
because you're protectors. You're protected
See, but
beings.
that's the thing, like,
you
we-
want to
we-
fix it, but sometimes women, we don't always. Sometimes the problem is just we don't like how you're reacting, so we're gonna continue to see and say it. Say it over and over and over. The same problem is gonna keep popping up, but the underlying issue isn't that problem that they're still yapping about. It's unresolved in their head because they feel feel like they're taking it on by them goddamn selves. If we talk to you and you're tuned out and you are looking like, oh my God, this girl told me this story 15 times for 5 years straight. I can't do nothing about her boss. Let me call that bitch. What can I do? I'm just going to say, God damn it. And then you're going to look at us and treat us a little different. And your energy shifts and we start to feel like yappy nags. We start to feel like there's something wrong with us that we're even sharing all this. And like, yeah, maybe we do need to call one of our bitches and just bitch to them. But we're not going to get the security, safety thing that we are actually craving. We're bitching because our nervous system's fucked up. You guys' job is to calm it down because we are direct reflections.
There is no calming it down.
There is.
Yeah, but how do you know how to calm down something that one ain't got nothing to do with you? For two, you don't have a goddamn thing to know about. And for three,
what about my
really,
nervous?
you know, but how do you? What's the Superman solution to go over there and fix this boss's problem or this whatever?
Nobody's asking you to fix it.
What are you asking
you to be
for? You're asking
Superman
for
of our hearts.
acknowledgement. You want emotional acknowledgement on the trauma that you're receiving
And
on
that's
a
not even
day-to-day
trauma. It could
basis.
just be an annoying ass day. We just want to feel like we are safe enough to tell y'all shit that's going on that nobody can fix. Half of it might be in our head, and we just want to know you still there for us. That's all it is. And when women start to repeat the same kind of shit over and over and over, y'all keep rolling your eyes more. Here we go again. And the bitch is like, here I have to go again because he's never giving me what I need, which is just central nervous regulation.
I don't do all that. I just say, you already told me this.
That's exactly what he does.
You already don't told me this.
That's exactly, but why do I keep bringing up the same stuff? It's because I feel like I'm talking to a wall. I already heard this is not the same thing as I understand this and I see you and I love you, baby.
But did that take care of what's going to happen tomorrow?
We're not asking you to take care of it. We don't want you to fix it.
Hold on, what
we're asking you is to stop repeating yourself.
Okay, I'm telling y'all how to stop it.
No, but what I just said, what you just said right there, if he said that to you, the next day you come in with the exact same thing. Do you want him to repeat the exact same thing?
Yes.
Baby, I'm here for you.
No,
maybe I'm here for you.
No,
if it's like
she can say the same thing, but we got to change up our answer every day. But she can say the same bullshit, you know what I mean? But we got to change up our answer.
Right.
That's what I'm trying to see.
It's because you've never gotten the answer right.
Yeah.
No, if you ask that up front, if you ask it up front, the next time that it happens, if you can say like, okay, she asked for comfort, so, oh yeah. She just still needs comfort. Bitch is gonna stop talking about it when she feels like, okay, I got my little dose of comfort, I'm gonna move on. They're not
That didn't answer my question.
What do you mean? What's the question? When it's just the same, well, you got a different kind that you're dealing with, okay? That's all I gotta say about that. I feel like there's a lot going on in her life. She got a lot of people, man. A lot of people, a lot of toxic people too.
Stick her in
That
it.
good people.
And be like,
But see, and I've told her before, I'm like, babe, you gotta have boundaries. You don't have them. You never set up boundaries. You don't.
Give her an example of how to say a boundary.
They like more hands-on
corporal
massages.
Absolutely.
You know
Oh
what I
my
mean?
god.
Yeah, I got you.
We gonna talk about massages now?
We're
having a conversation.
We're wrapping up our massage conversation.
We're about done with our.
I'm sorry, I'm single. I'm out here saving a relationship and a marriage. I don't know what the fuck y'all talking about.
Save other ways. Other ways to save relationships and
Sometimes
marriages.
it is just
through
you need a
massage.
back rub. You're right.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
But this ain't a back rub.
I said, get a
I
massage
just don't
chair.
feel bad in the same shit to Sarah, man.
Put her in a massage chair. It'd be like when you're done with that
that doesn't
massage
solve
That's
it.
lazy. Y'all
Because
lazy.
Then you're not doing
My
it.
fucking hands hurt. What do you want?
Bruh.
Make my hands hurt worse so I can't do my job tomorrow?
My hand
Great
hurts.
idea.
My hand hurts too, babe.
I got all that shit. I done bought
All
so
these
many
old
different
motherfuckers,
things.
everybody's all old and falling
Your hand don't
apart.
hurt
You
that
don't know
much.
what these hands been doing.
Yeah, they
You
don't
know,
hurt
they
that much.
hurt.
I already know.
They hurt.
I don't
No
say
more
so.
hand jobs, no more back rubs, no more tickles. We done.
Oh, there you got cut off for tickles. I don't like the tickle. I get my back scratched.
That's what I mean when I say tickles. I just mean like little like.
Nah, Sarah likes doing some tickle shit. I hate the tickle shit.
Ladies
I'm
and
not a
gentlemen,
big tickler.
With that said, we're gonna have to bring this
More of a-
episode to a close. It's going a little long this episode. Sorry about that, guys.
That's what she said.
I figured we had to get to some sort of closure point, and now that we're on to tickles, I think I'm calling it. So
That's what she would say if y'all had to wear Speedos every day.
be nice to the people
I'd
that
put it
look
out
like
there.
you, and be
Yeah,
nice to
fuck
the
it.
people
I'd
that
wear
don't
gray
look
Speedo. I
like
don't give a damn. Bulge it out.
Gray Speedo.
Gray.
Why great?
I'm gonna have to shave my
Like
head.
the gray
Sweatpants.
Gray sweatpants.
Gonna have some lots
Gray
of
Speedo's gotta be
They're
just
women's
better.
kryptonite,
It's gotta
okay?
be better. It's gotta be like a times 2
That's our
factor.
kryptonite.
Yeah,
It's like
sure.
sweatpants times 2,
Sure,
I think.
sure. Right. Ladies and gentlemen,
I'm gonna have to shave my head.
once again, thank you for listening. Be nice to people that look like you. Be nice to people that don't look like you.
Lupus, my lupus, ladies and gentlemen, keep moving forward.
Don't forget, we love you very much.
Definitely.
We wish you nothing but the best. Don't forget to acknowledge your woman and her whatever, and have a nice day.
Oh man,
Peace
God.
be with you.
This motherfucker said, man, I gotta shave my ass.
Like, why would I buy sex when it sell itself? Like, why would I buy ice when I know it melts over hot coals? See for yourself.